Hi, my name is DP Singh. I am Executive Director and Chief Marketing Officer with SBI Mutual Fund. And friends, today I am talking to you on a very important topic. और वो क्या है कि आज के दिन में जब हम सब लोग घर पे बैठे हैं लॉकडाउन सिचुएशन, तो उस वक्त क्या हो रहा है कि हमें ये एक मौका मिल रहा है कि देखने का कि अभी एज फार एज फाइनेंशियल प्रोडक्ट्स आर कंसर्न और म्यूचुअल फंड्स आर कंसर्न कि इस टर्बुलेंट टाइम में हमें करना क्या चाहिए, क्योंकि हर तरह के विचार आते हैं, हर तरह के बातें सुनने को मिलती हैं हमें। और उसमें ये होता है कि शायद आने वाले टाइम में जो न्यू नॉर्मल है, जो काम करने का ढंग और तरीका है, वो बिल्कुल ही बदल जाएगा। और उसमें ना कि काम करने का तरीका बदल जाएगा, द वे वी बिहेव, द वे वी इन्वेस्ट, द वे वी सेव विल चेंज। क्योंकि आज की डेट में हर एक बंदे को ये जो रिस्क होता है किसी भी चीज में, इन्वेस्टमेंट में या अपनी लाइफ में, उसको देखने का नजरिया बदल जाएगा। उसको एक चैलेंज समझा जाए, उसको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी समझा जाए, या किस तरह से उसको नेविगेट किया जाए, उस तरह की के माहौल में कैसे अपने डिसीजंस को इन्फ्लुएंस होने दिया जाए बाय द सर्कमस्टांसेस, वो एक बहुत ही एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है। मैं एक जनरल ट्रेंड की बात करूं, क्योंकि जनरल क्या होता है कि एक व्यक्ति के पास जब सरप्लस पैसा होता है, तो जो एज डिफरेंस के हिसाब से कुछ लोग, जो पुराने लोग थे या जो मेरी जनरेशन से पहले थे, जब मेरी जनरेशन के लोग थे, उनका ज्यादा ट्रेंड ये रहता था कि ठीक है यार, बैंक में एफडी करवा दो, सेविंग्स में डाल दो, और थोड़ा बहुत जो है बाद हो जाए ले लो। वो तरह का इन्वेस्टमेंट और सेविंग्स पैटर्न रहता था। तो आज की डेट में जो आज का यूथ है, आज की डेट में जो आज का इन्वेस्टर है, उसके लिए ये ये इस तरह से बिहेव करना बड़ा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि वो एक रिस्क लेने की काबिलियत रखता है। ही इज ready to take some risk and he has been putting money in the mostly into the equities. Will you pause please? ये बहुत जरूरी है कि आने वाले टाइम के लिए तैयार होना, या आज की डेट में क्या करना है। तो दो तरीके हैं। एक तो होता है कि एक जो फंड जिसमें हम पैसा लगाते हैं, वो फंड की ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड क्या है, फंड हाउस की क्रेडिबिलिटी क्या है, और उसका ऊपर जो फंड मैनेजर काम कर रहा है, जो आपके पैसे का ध्यान रख रहा है, that is very important. The person who is managing the fund is the soul of the whole function of a mutual fund scheme. So in such a scenario, one, which fund in equity category you choose, and second, is it all right to put all the money, all the surplus money in equities alone? I think no. Today it's a time when we have to bifurcate between debt and equity in a proper percentage, and depending upon the risk appetite, depending upon the short-term goals and long-term goals kind of scenario. So in such a scenario, I will always suggest that you must have a proper asset allocation. You must have the money in both the buckets, debt as well as equity. And in debt category also, when we say generally we say debt fund means what? Debt is also, there are further categorization within the debt category. The categorization include starting from the overnight fund, which is absolutely safe but will give you return, which will be generally equivalent to your saving bank interest rate from the bank. And when I'm saying so, I'm talking about the uh, interest rate offered by State Bank of India or public sector banks, or the big banks. I'm not talking about some small banks which generally tactically sometimes pay a high rate of interest. Then comes my liquid fund and my arbitrage fund. Liquid fund puts money into the very short-term investment debt securities, and money market funds also little higher than liquid funds. But these funds generally give you around 200 to 300 basis point more from the savings bank account as prevailing today. And these 200 300 basis points come with risk, very little risk, very little risk, which all of us can manage, which all of us can handle. And there's another category called arbitrage fund. Arbitrage fund falls into the equity category. And if you put money in an arbitrage fund, the taxation will be that of an equity fund, which is quite tax efficient. If I put in money today and I withdraw money after 3 months, whatever gain will be there, my tax liability is 15%. And one of the best things in mutual funds, there's no concept of TDS as far as capital gains is concerned. So that gives lot of tax efficiency because I have to myself calculate and pay later on. And there can be so many opportunities where I am carrying some loss and there's some loss in my some equity fund. So I can always adjust my gain against loss. So arbitrage fund is very risk averse. I will not say zero risk, but risk is that sometimes returns are 5%, sometimes return are 4.5%. And generally, if you ask me what is the rule, what will be the range is whatever is the policy rate. Today we call repo rate or reverse repo rate as the policy rate. And today, if the reverse repo rate is 4%, so this fund should give 50 basis point more than this rate. In general circumstances, 1 or 2 months could be here or there because of the too much volatility in the market. But in normal circumstances, the fund will give a return which will be more than the policy rate in the market. And policy rate is what the repo rate is. So it's to start with anybody who is starting investment, who is starting smart savings. Because I say that there is something in between. One is savings, one is investment, and in between these two is the concept of smart saving. And the smart saving is something which we have to adopt at the earliest. Sooner we do it, better it will be for optimizing. And mind it, going forward, once we are out of this situation of lockdown, the inflation is likely to be quite down. Inflation is likely to be as low as to 2.5%, 3%. And in such scenario, even funds like money market fund will give you a real return of 1.5%, 2%. So that's not a bad idea at this point of time because inflation beating 2.5% return is something which we can expect from a money market fund. So this is something which generally happens, but this always comes with a disclaimer that mutual fund are always subject to the market, and the market risk in this case is the interest rate risk and the credit risk, whereas in liquid funds, credit risk, which are liquid funds and the money market funds, so the very small credit risk is taken. Generally, it's not very high. You can always expect that this is a stable savings kind of instrument. And arbitrage is definitely a smart saving instrument, which one must adopt at the earliest. Yeah, pause please. Another point which I want to talk to you is about the dividends in mutual funds. Till now, for last so many years, there was a concept that dividends in the hands of investors were always tax free. But there was a concept of dividend distribution tax. There was a different rate of dividend distribution tax while declaring dividend in case of equity funds, and it was a different for debt funds, dividend distribution tax. But अभी इस साल का जो बजट आया है, जो निर्मला मैडम came out with the proposal that there will be no dividend distribution tax, but whatever will be paid to the investor will be taxable in the hands of investor as per the his rate, his income tax rate, marginal rate. Somebody could be in 20%, somebody could be in 30%, somebody could be in 35, 40%. So whatever my marginal rate is, the dividends will be taxed in that. So in my view, taking dividend from mutual fund scheme is no more attractive because you are unnecessarily increasing your tax liability. And if you are into a growth plan and if you take the growth, because how from where dividends are being given. If today NAV is 10 rupees, after 1 year it becomes 11 rupees. So 10% growth is there. If I declare a dividend of 10% in that scheme, that 10%, 1 rupee will be totally taxable in your hands. But if I don't give it to you and give you the option that whenever you need, you can withdraw it. Suppose it's an equity fund and you withdraw it. If you are You are in 30% bracket. In case I give you dividend, you will pay on 1 rupee 30 basis point as 30 paisa as tax. If you are in 30% bracket, if you are in 40% bracket, you will pay 40 paisa tax. If you are in 20% bracket, you will pay 20 paisa tax. But if I give you an option that you can withdraw 1 rupee after 1 year, then the rate of tax is long-term capital gain, and you will pay only 10 rupees. And 10 rupees, not only 10 rupees on this whole 10 rupees which you will, the 10 paisa which you will withdraw on, or oh, sorry, 1 rupee you will withdraw will not be taxable, because 1 rupee, 90 paisa is your acquisition cost. You are encashing your units. Suppose 10 rupees the NAV, I am putting 10,000 rupees, I get 100 units. After 1 year, this 100 units value become, say, 11,000 rupees. So 11,000 rupees when we will withdraw, my acquisition cost of those 10 units is 990 rupees already, 900 rupees, sorry, already. So I will be paying tax only on 100 rupees, that too 10%. So it is only 10 rupees tax which I am paying. In other case, I will be paying 300 or 200 or 100. So it doesn't make any sense at all to be into the dividend option, or be in a fund. Even if you are in dividend option today, if I tell you no, no, you don't take dividend, if your fund house is not declaring dividend, then it's as good as growth plan. For example, we in SBI Mutual Fund, we have taken tactical call that we will not declare dividends henceforth, and will give an option of withdrawal. Generally, we will not till the time. Earlier, we were declaring dividend because it was a beneficial to the investors. क्योंकि उनके हाथ में जो पैसा आता था पूरा टैक्स फ्री था, तो हम डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर कर देते थे। आज हम डिविडेंड डिक्लेयर करने से अगर हम आपके हाथ में टैक्स की जो दर है बढ़ा देते हैं, तो उसको करने का कोई मतलब नहीं है। तो वी विल नॉट डू दैट। एंड डिविडेंड टुडे, माय advice, my suggestion to the investors is that be in growth plan only, and whenever you want to withdraw, it could be whatever period, you just withdraw it. And if you want cash flow regularly, हर महीने आपको पैसा चाहिए, तो opt for systematic withdrawal plan. That again is very very tax efficient, क्योंकि म्यूचुअल फंड से जब भी आप पैसा निकालते हो, उसमें सबसे बड़ा फायदा ये है कि जो पैसा निकालते हो उस पूरे पैसे के ऊपर टैक्स नहीं लगता। जो जितना पैसा निकालोगे, जो आपकी कॉस्ट है, वो तो आपकी कॉस्ट है, जो उसका ऊपर गेन पोर्शन है उसी के ऊपर टैक्स लगेगा, और वो भी एक जो है प्रेफर्ड रेट है। अगर आप डेट फंड में लगाते हो और उसमें 3 साल से पहले लगाते निकालते हो, तो उसमें आपका मार्जिनल रेट लगेगा, उस और वो भी गेन ऑप्शन के ऊपर लगेगा। इसके एक और एग्जांपल दूंगा। अगर आज मैं 10 लाख रुपए की एफडी करवाता हूँ और 8% अगर मेरे को ब्याज मिलता है, तो 80,000 रुपया जो ब्याज मिलेगा मेरे को, वो मेरा पूरा टैक्सेबल होगा। अगर वही पैसा 10 लाख रुपया मैं एक डेट फंड में लगाता हूँ, जो जनरली मेरे को 7 से 9% की रिटर्न देता है, और मैं 7% के हिसाब से वो पैसा निकालता हूँ, तो अगर मैं साल में 70,000 रुपया निकालूंगा, तो उसमें से करीब करीब 60 से 65,000 रुपया तो कॉस्ट ऑफ माई यूनिट्स है। तो मेरे को जो टैक्स देना पड़ेगा वो 5,000 रुपये देना पड़ेगा, ना कि 70,000 या 80,000 जो मेरा ब्याज बना है। तो वो 5,000 रुपये जो टैक्स दूंगा वो बहुत कम होगा। और अगर मैं इसको डेफर करके 3 साल से आगे ले जाता हूँ, तो उस वक्त जब भी मैं पूरा पैसा निकालूंगा, उस वक्त मेरे को दो बेनिफिट है। एक तो मेरे को डिविडेंड सॉरी प्रेफर्ड रेट लगेगा, जो कि 20% है आज की रेट में। दूसरा, मेरे को इन्फ्लेशन का बेनिफिट मिलेगा। सपोज 3 साल में एक सिंपल, मैं आई एम नॉट टेकिंग दी कंपाउंडिंग इफेक्ट, अगर 8% या 7% की रिटर्न आती है, अगर 3 साल में 21% की रिटर्न आती है 3 साल पूरे होने के बाद, तो उसके ऊपर अगर 3% या 4% की इन्फ्लेशन है, तो 4 into 3 12% जो है, पहले 21% में से कम हो जाएगा। जो रिमेनिंग 9% है, उसके ऊपर 20% टैक्स लगेगा, तो मेरा 1.80% टैक्स लगा on 21 rupees, which is less than 10%. If I'm in a higher tax bracket, it always makes sense for me to put money in a growth plan. It could be dividend, it could be equity fund, it could be debt fund, it could be a liquid fund, it could be a See, corporate bond fund, it could be credit risk, whatever fund which comes in the debt category. And if I have want to have a regular cash flow, especially in the times now when unfortunately some of the people will not be having some cash flow for some times to come till the time they resettle. So this is the time to put money in a debt kind of fund, most of the money in debt kind of fund, and take systematic withdrawal plan. It will not only be tax efficient, it will be very, very disciplined and optimum returns for the investor. And I think the way the industry has learned from the credit issues in the recent past, most of the portfolios which are being managed now by the credible fund houses are are being run on a very, very conservative, and the safety of the funds is very much there. So if I talk about SBI Mutual Fund, we always run our funds on the principles of safety, liquidity, and returns. Safety always comes first. Then we take care of liquidity, that whenever my investor wants to withdraw money, I should be able to provide liquidity within 24 hours. And returns, of course, we want to give returns which are better than the returns generally which are available on the fixed rate coupon products like FDRs or NCDs. So how we can better it, optimize it, and that's how we work on the principle safety. What I'm telling you, safety, liquidity, and returns. Returns always take the last seat. Though we want to give as high as possible, but after taking care of safety and liquidity, not before that. It goes into that way only. First safety, then liquidity, then returns. So for dividend plan, my request is once again just to summarize: be in the same plan. Don't change your plan if your fund house is not declaring dividend. If your fund house is still declaring dividend on regular basis, then move to growth plan. But take care, whenever you will move from dividend to growth, then the taxation will trigger. Whatever, if you have any capital gains, then you will have to count that in your capital gains. So that's a point which has to be kept in mind, because the NAVs of both schemes are different. With this, both plans are different. That's something which you have to take care of. Pause from here. I will also like to talk something about SIPs. During such turbulent times, what happens generally, people come and ask whether I should continue with SIPs or not. My answer is, why not? You must not only continue with the SIPs, but at such times you always top up the SIP. If you are having a SIP of 5,000, make it 10,000, because you will have more number of units at the lower price. The history is testimony that whenever such big falls happen, those are always followed by a big bull market. So whatever units you will accumulate at this point of time will help you average out your cost at the earliest. So you must not, unless and until you need money. But one good thing is, whatever you have accumulated already, if you need some money, you can jolly well withdraw whatever amount you want to withdraw. You can redeem. If you have been running in SIP for last 10 years or 5 years, whatever money you have accumulated, if you feel that you require that money for some short-term goal or short-term purpose, you should not think twice. You should withdraw, but your SIP should continue. Your amount should continue. Your SIPs, if possible, increase your SIP amount. But for some reason, as we were discussing earlier, if your cash flow is impacted because of the situation outside, you can always pause it. You can pause it for 3 months. You can pause it for 6 months. After 6 months, it will start again. But for God's sake, I mean, if you are in a position to continue with SIPs, my call is not to only continue, but increase if possible. 5,000, if you don't want to increase, you can put some lump sum money in your fund, so that you get the benefit of averaging of the time period. And see, so for disciplined withdrawal, I've already told you, you can always opt for systematic withdrawal plan. But SIPs, a big no-no. Stopping SIP is a big no-no. But here, if you have some surplus money lying somewhere else and putting somewhere else, if you have that I will rather advocate at such times. At least 10% of that should go to equities at this point of time, so that you can average out in a big way. So that's something very very important that you always have to keep in mind. Friends, to summarize my view, take care of asset allocation. Don't be only in one asset class. Don't be only in equities or only in debt or only in savings. You have to have a proper mix of debt and equity. You must take care of your taxation part. Be aware that what is happening all around. If you are in a dividend plan, today dividend plan doesn't make any better sense. Be into the growth plan, or within dividend plan only. Ensure that your fund house is not declaring dividend, because that will become taxable in your hands. Even if it is a dividend reinvestment, even then it will become taxable in your hands. And SIPs, continue with SIPs, increase your SIP amount, and always keep your eyes and ears open. Listen to what your advisor is telling you, and your advisor is telling you all the right things. Trust him. Trust is very, very important. And I'm telling you that all the credible advisor today, they will not do anything which is not in your interest. So choose a good fund house, choose a good advisor, and be with them. Stay safe, stay home. All the very best. Thank you very much.